Hi, folks. I'm John Kraska, Executive Director of Every Library and the Every Library Institute, and your host today for the Library Advocacy and Funding Conference. It's Monday afternoon, around 3 o'clock Eastern Time, and I'm joined today by our friends with knovvmads. It's the new digital and print magazine featuring libraries and librarians, stories for people who love reading and literature and culture. Our colleague David Padilla, is Chief knovvmad Officer. And he and I are going to be chatting for a few minutes about this new magazine. I have to tell you, David, when I first saw you at another conference, it was the Public Library Association conference in Nashville back in February, before all the COVID hit, you guys were staffing a booth and handing out amazingly beautiful print copies of a magazine that I've been desiring for years. Something that talks to people who care about reading, who care about literature, who think about libraries not just for some sort of a convenient place to grab some books, but as part of their lives. I'm really interested in why you folks wanted to put together a magazine, and then, of course, with COVID going fully digital on it, what was your inspiration for doing such a wonderful cultural, what's the word I'm looking for? Conversation?
Okay, well, thank you, John. It's my pleasure to be here today with you guys. Well, first of all, we would like to say that knovvmads is a magazine that is not for everyone, okay? Our magazine, as you mentioned really well, is for people, for those who love culture, art, reading on paper, comics, museums, communities, stories, and of course, libraries, right? So we firmly believe that libraries today are much more than just a building where you can go and find some resources, right? We do believe that libraries are the heart of the community, okay? So, and they play an extremely important role in those communities, spreading both culture and education. This is our vision of libraries today. So that means that libraries impact directly on their communities, changing lives of the people who live there. And this is where knovvmads is focused. This is what we want to tell around the world. We want to offer librarians an open space to tell the world stories about the libraries, to let people know what an amazing resource the libraries are and how are they changing people's lives every day.
I'm so excited that you're part of our Library Advocacy and Funding Conference, because I see a magazine like this, not just for the casual armchair reader or the hobbyist, but as a component of a broader conversation, an advocacy conversation about why we should be investing in our libraries. And I can see that in the issues the issue that you've put out already, that there's a real, not just love for libraries and an appreciation for librarians, but a deep understanding of the fact that they're part of the fabric of our society. Do you see a magazine like this being used in both that, well, armchair hobbyist kind of reader way, but also to help advance the library's mission?
Well, absolutely. I think that, again, what we want to stress is why the libraries are so valuable for our communities. So I think that is the first part, to understanding that the library is a very valuable resource. In the first part, to get all the funding and everything that we need to preserve this amazing asset that we have in our community, of course. Absolutely.
That's right. So for attendees here at the Library Advocacy and Funding Conference, you're providing a special preview to the issue, as well as a giveaway. Can you talk about that for a minute?
Right, absolutely. Yeah. As I mentioned before, what we do in knovvmads, and knovvmads is searching the world to find interesting stories to bring over to all our readers, okay? And we would like to share with all you guys an amazing story we found in Colombia, one of the most beautiful libraries in Antioquia, Medellin, Colombia. And they did an amazing activity during this stay-at-home COVID thing that was so sad and so, overwhelming for all of us. And well, I would like to share that with you. We have a video that I would like to you to share, please. And after that, we have an activity that will encourage all the people attending the conference to participate on. It's based on this activity. So I would like first to play the video so they will know more about what is it about, and then I can explain the
Absolutely. Let me get that set up here for everybody.
Thank
It's
you.
a little video. And again, David, you folks at Nomads have captured my imagination. Let me play this for everybody, and I hope you enjoy it, folks.
Thank you.
Hi everyone, this is Nick, and I'm here today to share with you a beautiful story. This is what we do at Nomads. We search every single corner of the world to find awesome stories about culture, art, communities, libraries, and librarians to bring them over to you. Stories like the one we found in one of the most beautiful libraries in Medellin, Antioquia, Colombia. We would like you to meet Viviana Alvarez. She's one of those amazing librarians like you folks. An outstanding professional that was able to turn all the sadness of this pandemic into a story of joy and hope. She and her team organized an activity, Love in Time of Coronavirus, based on and as a tribute to Gabriel Garcia Marquez's novel, Love in Time of Cholera, with the intention to keep the communication active with their patrons during the stay-at-home time that we recently lived due to COVID. This is one of the stories that you'll be able to enjoy in the first issue of our magazine, Nomads. A great example of how libraries today are like a lighthouse for their communities, a very important part of the foundations of the society. But let me introduce you to Bibliana, and let's allow her to tell us all the details of such a wonderful initiative and how she and other community leaders encouraged their patrons to write anonymous letters of friendship, love, hope, or support to help other members of the community in need.
Hola, mi nombre es Viviana Álvarez Ruiz, soy promotora de lectura de Confenar Antioquia. Y en la actividad El amor en los tiempos del coronavirus, ese juego de cartas virtuales que venimos haciendo desde el mes de marzo, tengo la fortuna de ser la cartera virtual. Es decir, recibo las cartas, las leo y a su vez se las envío a otras personas que también nos han escrito. Esta actividad para mí, más que un trabajo, ha sido una oportunidad grandísima para poderme poner en los zapatos de aquellas personas que nos escriben, porque al leer he percibido sus incertidumbres, he percibido sus miedos, pero también la gran capacidad que tenemos para la creatividad, la capacidad que tenemos de dar calor y ánimo a otras personas, en este caso a personas que no conocemos, ¿cierto? Ha sido el espacio para dar un trocito de nosotros y entregárselo, así sea, a través de una carta virtual a otra persona, que a su vez sé que también ha percibido que no está solo, que lo que vive no solamente lo está viviendo él y que el tiempo pasará y que esta pandemia nos va a dejar cosas y aprendizajes muy bellos. Igualmente, ha sido la oportunidad para que una vez más las bibliotecas, en este caso la red de bibliotecas de Confenar Antioquia, le pueda decir a las familias y a cada persona que nos escribe que no están solos, que estamos aquí y ya para ellos, muy cerca de su corazón.
Wow, that was just wonderful. Thank you, Bibiana, for your explanation. Would you please share with us any of those incredible letters? We would love to hear one of them.
El amor en tiempos del coronavirus. Y empieza así. Querido lector, Medellín, julio 15 del 2020. Día no sé qué de cuarentena. Mi estimado, creo que tienes como yo la necesidad de leer en el otro esas palabras de apoyo y de sentido compartido en esta particular y extraña situación que estamos viviendo. Y pues, acá te las mando. Y como yo, creo que tampoco te prepararon para vivir una pandemia. Así que acabamos aprendiendo, un día a la vez, paso a paso. Espero que te permita sentir todas esas emociones que llegan a ti. La rabia, la angustia, pero también la esperanza. Somos fuertes, más de lo que creemos. Y lo mejor, no estamos solos. Por lo menos yo te acompaño desde mi energía y mis buenos pensamientos hacia ti y los tuyos. Deseo que pronto estas cartas virtuales puedan volver a ser físicas, o mejor aún, que estas palabras puedan ser compartidas en medio de un café y abrazos fraternos. Si te gusta la música, como a mí, por favor escucha a Jorge Dresden y Gregory Porter. Si te gustan los podcasts, te recomiendo un periódico diario. Y lo firma Ani, porque recuerden que estamos también jugando a no firmar con nuestro nombre real, sino a jugar con la creatividad y buscarnos un sector.
Thank you so much, Viviana. We really love your story. At Nomads, we know very well of the great challenge that this COVID time has meant for all librarians around the world. Librarians that, like Viviana, had to get adapted to those new circumstances and almost on the go, reinvent their services to keep the support for their communities on. We've been witnessing how you've been improving your digital lending platforms. We've seen some of you organizing online storytelling activities, support hotlines, and even drones delivering books. It was tough and we know it. Now we would like to listen to you. We would like you to emulate Viviana's community and send an anonymous message of joy, hope, friendship, support, or whatever it is that you would like to say, and send to other fellow librarians around the world. We've created our very own Love in Time of Coronavirus digital board to give you the opportunity to write your messages. Find it at our name wall and feel free to send whatever you want to. We appreciate very much your participation, and we're sure your fellow librarians will too. If you loved our story and you'd like to find this and many other wonderful stories in our mag, Nomads, you can now take advantage of an awesome 50% off we're giving to all the subscribers using the code LAFCON from today until the 16th. Subscribe now, but only if you're a nomad. Remember, this magazine is not for everyone. Oh, and remember, we're always scouting and searching for news stories from people like you and libraries like yours. We're eager to hear from you, listen to the stories you have to share with us, and we're more than happy to give you a space in Nomads magazine to share your amazing stories with the world. In the meantime, let's keep the conversation going on social networks. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, or LinkedIn. Welcome to Nomads, the magazine that is not for everyone, just cool librarians.
David, I'm absolutely thrilled that we can be part of this with you. This Libraries in the Time of Cholera idea, Love in the Time of Cholera, or sorry. Say it again for me, David.
Love in the Time of Coronavirus.
Thank you. Yes, I'm thrilled that we can here at Every Library and the Library Advocacy and Funding Conference be a part of this next step in that campaign. The video was powerful. To hear that story from the librarian in Colombia, to hear about the impact that it's had, these anonymous sharing moments across our mutual concerns and our mutual hopes. I love the idea of putting that into the arms of other librarians around the country and across the globe. So tell us again, how can people get involved in this?
Well, it's pretty easy. You just have to go to our forum, and there's a place where you can just write your message or joy, hope, support, whatever you want to write. And after this conference, we will take all the messages and we write them in a wall we did. This wall is going to be open for everyone who wants to go there and read all the messages. And it's going to be also accessible through the printed magazine using our augmented reality app. So if you go to the magazine, which is going to be including this article about the love in terms of coronavirus, you can scan one of the pages. You will see this wall with all the messages from all around the world.
That's fantastic. And then I always have one eye on a discount and one eye on an opportunity to try something before I buy it. I know that you're featuring both a discount on the subscription, but also talk about the raffle that you're doing, please.
Right. Yeah. We're running a raffle. We're raffling actually 100 magazines for, all the people that want to be participating on it. And at the end of the conference, we will send them a print copy of the first issue of our magazine to the library or home or any address they would like to.
So
yeah.
in addition to the Love in the Time of Coronavirus feature, the magazine regularly is going to have different sections of it that are going to talk about culture and about reading and about sort of the crossovers. Can you describe one or two of those sections for us?
Absolutely, yeah. We're going to have a section called pairings, for example. And this is a section, this is one of my favorites. This is a section that we suggest marriages between music, reading, and movies. So we suggest you what to read and what to listen in meanwhile you're reading this, or what movie to watch. And we have another called Library Bookworm, where we interview some interesting people, influencers, or someone related to, not exactly directly related to the library industry, but people that are connected somehow with this industry. And we have another interesting section related to traveling. We are in partnership with a travel magazine in Spain called Altair, and we are going to bringing you stories about people traveling the world with a cultural edge, related to culture and museums, like libraries, etc.
That's fantastic. Also in the video, you mentioned that you're looking for more stories from librarians around the country, across the world. Tell us, how do you get involved if you've got a good story that you want to bring to Nomads?
Yeah, well, as I told you at the beginning, we want Nomads to be an open space for all the librarians. We want to give them a space to amplify their message, to tell the world what they're doing. And the only thing they have to do is just to contact us, send us an email and say, hey, we would like to participate. We have this story. We want everyone to know about what we're doing in, for example, in Medellin, Colombia, right?
Fantastic. So if people want to take advantage of the discount, great. Come to your page on here on the Library Advocacy and Funding Conference under Nomads in the vendor forum. If folks want to put in for the raffle for 1 out of 100 free copies of the print magazine, that's great too, right there. But I really want to encourage everybody to participate in the Love in the Time of Coronavirus project.
Right.
There's something very powerful and very human about that. And I'm, like I said before, David, I'm really glad that you're bringing this project to us here at the conference.
Thank you so much for giving us the space. Yeah, we are really, it's a pleasure for us to be here.
Very good. I will see you over the next couple of days, my friend. Have a good rest of the conference.
Thank you so much.
Okay, cheers. Bye-bye.
Bye.